Ba-dum-bum. Crikey. I can see Gareth. Crikey O'Reilly, we are live. Have I just appeared or have I been visible for literally hours? I'm just having a slurp of coffee. And I can't help but notice that we have got some people in here already. Gareth, lovely to see you, my friend. Yeah, I'm not expecting tons of people because this is literally the start of the project. I'm kind of getting numbers up at the moment before I do it properly. But I will be saying some stuff tonight. I'm playing some music. And there's some stuff that can concern you, actually, matey. So, yeah, let me see. You've been there for about, what, you've been able to see me, have you? Oh, my God. Embarrassing. This is, I keep asking AI questions and it keeps lying to me. It said, yes, click through, Bob, and you'll be absolutely fine. No one will be able to see you. But yeah, so I'm seeing here at Pink Sands, is that you, Robin? Would you be able to let me know you've been visible for 2? Embarrassing. So what we're going to do is we're going to chat nonsense for a couple of minutes and see. We'll wait till about, I don't know, 6 people are in the stream, and then I'm going to start talking turkey about what it's all about. Does anybody have the vaguest idea of what it's about already, in such a way as they could actually tell me? But yes, I'm assuming not. Hey, Rob, yeah, I see you say yes. There are 4 viewers. So there's somebody in here who is a bit on the shy side. Wonder who that could be. But yeah, let's try and get a couple more and then I'll go for it. What I'm actually doing, let me see. Sound to something on the mic. Sound is so crisp on the mic. That's lovely, yeah. I should say I've got a very expensive microphone, but yeah, I was hoping that one day it would pay for itself, but there's no evidence of that happening yet. So anyway, I shall tell you guys, and then I'll repeat myself. So what I'm doing tonight is I've cut together a couple of little VTs that are an example of how this project can work, which is me growing my original music. Some of it's quite old, some of it's quite new, and I'm actually going to be screen casting the recording process. And part of that is to encourage you guys to engage with the music, and also collaborators to help me play the demos, because there's all sorts here: sitar, trumpet, as well as guitar, mandolin, and some of those instruments I can play a bit, but not really. So the dream is that I'll get a team together and pay them, and we will flesh out some nice recordings. But yeah, I'm starting off by doing it properly on my home recording system, and I'm going to play you some of that tonight. So who have we got? We've still got 4 viewers. There could be some people that are slightly on the incompetent side. Do we have let me see, and this isn't, I don't mean you, have we got Gracie here from America? And have we got Graham Reedy here? If you could just say hello, that would be lovely to know that you're here. But if not, that's cool. What are we on? 2003. But yeah, in a nutshell, so what I've prepared tonight is kind of like an example of the process. Because what I'm going to be screencasting is a song when it's brand new. I'm going to play it on ukulele with it sounding something approximating rubbish. And then I'm going to cut to Pro Tools, which is my beautiful recording system, which will look like this, but without my notes. And we're going to record it semi-properly to the stage where it's a nice sounding demo. And I've got some of that to play to you tonight. And I'd really love to know, Robin and Gareth, what you think, if you're digging the vibes. I'm quite pleased with how it's sounding, I have to say. So we'll get to that. By the time we get to 8:20, you'll have an idea if it's any good. Still only 4 viewers. Anyway, not to worry. So yeah, I'm going to leave it. We've got 5 viewers. Can I know who the new viewer is, please? If it's somebody good, we're going to make a start. If it's somebody not so good, then well, I won't bother. I'm joking, by the way. You're all great. You're all great people. Who is the new person? Why on earth would they not want to show themselves? All right, okay. I'm getting lots of input from Robin anyway, and from Gareth, so that is lovely. Tom, even. Tom, are you there, mate? I bet you are. Okay, so we are going to, in the words of pretentious television people, we're going to run the VT, the first VT of 2, and then at the end of that, we'll pause for a minute and I'll ask you if you understand what the hell's going on. So yeah, this is me chatting a couple of days ago. It's only a couple of minutes long, doing a little VT, talking about the project and this very specific example that I'm giving you tonight. Before, like I say, Gareth and Robin, the project hasn't started yet. I want a load of people watching before we start it properly. Anyway, here is the VT. Hope you like it. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Boiling Sea project with me, Bobby, in which I attempt to grow and evolve my ancient and new songs right before your eyes and often live. Yes, but the project hasn't actually fully begun yet because, to be honest, there's not enough of you naughty people watching yet. So what I thought I would do is tease up some little tasters so you can see what I'm actually working on at the moment and see what it's all about. So yeah, we're talking about a song called Supernatural today, which I began writing, it has to be said, over 20 years ago. Now, the strangest thing about this is that various elements of the song have existed only in my head all of this time, particularly the trumpet part. So today I am going to try and show you how that works, and also we're going to try and wrestle it out of my brain, record it and see if it works. Right, yeah, so we're in the demo setup now, and I'm going to play you my goofy version, which I'm going to try and pull off on the ukulele. Even though this track was originally, as we'll talk about in a bit, written on acoustic guitar. But yeah, this is all I've had to go on for several years now, me playing a little instrument and listening to the mouth trumpet that I can produce and just trying to imagine how that's going to work. Anyway, so I'll give you a blast of this. A shroud in mystery, warm wine in summer, and when you're touching me, I'll never say life's a bummer. So yeah, moving on from that very quickly, I do have, some of you, one or two of you might know, I do have a love affair with the trumpet, which I won't go into here. But here's my beautiful 1940s jazz horn. I'm absolutely determined to play some trumpet lines for this project. Ultimately, I don't think the finished version's going to be me, because I know hundreds of amazing trumpeters, so it seems only right to give one of them a call. I have just recorded it though, and like I said earlier on, this is a huge moment for me because I've literally no idea if the trumpet part and its sister trumpet part, which is a harmony, if they're actually going to work. But yeah, let's do the reveal together in the demo. Okay then, yeah, so that is the first VT. Hopefully that'll make some sort of sense to you. And yes, thank you for saying that, Robin. What have we got here? Watching TV with no facility to type. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, it could be that, yeah. They've got no facility to pour massive compliments on me, which explains why there are none. Sorry, not that I'm egotistical about this whole game or anything, but yeah, so I'm chatting away, hoping that one or two more people are going to join, but it's cool. It's a quite cozy little setup if it's just the three of us, isn't it? Or the five of us. So yeah, if anyone's got any comments or questions and stuff, we can deal with that now. I'd love to chat to you, or we can move on to the business end of this, which is me demonstrating how the actual demos proceeding for this track, Supernatural. And at the end of that, I'm going to talk about the fact that I've not fully named the song yet. So my first bit of interactivity is going to ask you guys to vote up in a poll because there's another name appeared, which is Warm Wine in Summer. One of the new lyrics that I came up with very recently when I did finish the song. So yeah, there's a poll. Do you want to call this Supernatural or Warm Wine in Summer? So yes, let's hit the second VT. Have we got anyone else in the room? We've got no one else in the room. So this is the main VT. This is the trickery of Bob now. I really just wanted everybody to come in here and to listen to this section of this track. And if it's shit, then I'm just going to give up straight away. But I don't think it is. I really hope you like it. This is Supernatural recording process and snippet, aka Warm Wine in Winter. Here we go. Here's the mix. So yes, the mix. Here it is. This has to be, hands down, the neatest ever mix or anything that I've put together before. I've been getting into neatness recently, specifically to show you guys stuff. So yes, we're using Pro Tools, which is the wonderful original DAW system. I was one of the first in the UK to ever use this, which is not a good thing because it tells of how old I am. What I thought we'd do is just work through this mix from the top, finally culminating at listening to these trumpets to see if they do in fact work. I'm really, really excited. Anyway, step by step for you, starting off with where it all began, which is with the acoustic guitar. So yes, I think you'll all agree that that sounds considerably more full than the ukulele part. But this little guy that's appeared underneath is actually the new ukulele part. So I'll just give you a quick blast of that against the acoustic guitar. Okay, yeah, working quite nicely together, I think. So yes, early days for that. I haven't made a decision yet. So I thought I'd give you a blast of the vocal track on its own as well here. Yes, typical of me at the early stages. This is just a rough guide vocal, but there's so many effects on it. I can't even tell you. At some point when we get into the project, I'll talk about how I put together my vocal tracks and all the stuff that I use. And I'm really serious about getting a good sound. But at this moment in time, I just need to get a vibe, like a spooky vibe in this track, because that's how it is really. That's how it's going to be ultimately. So let's have a quick listen to that. Go.
I wanna love you, keep you in style, become enough for you. I'll take you down the neon mile, shroud and mystery.
Okay, lovely. I've just unveiled further on in readiness the trumpet track, so we're getting up to that moment. I thought I'd play you these three elements together and then we'll go for it and do this reveal. And it is a reveal to me as well, I promise.
I wanna love you, keep you in style, become enough for you.
Okay, so yeah, lovely stuff. We have the trumpet. Here's the trumpets. They're coming up after these two lines, and just so you can see what to look out for when it's coming down the timeline, we've got, this is the trumpet one part that comes first, and then that gives way to a harmony between this trumpet one and the trumpet two, which you'll see in green. And I've also overdubbed a vocal. I think I'm singing the trumpet two part. So yeah, all hell breaks loose. It doesn't really, but yeah, let's just set up for giving this a go. And yeah, I'm going to give you the whole track as well. So when we get to the final bit with the trumpets in, you'll have a good idea how this song is sounding. Still lots and lots to do on it yet, but here we go.
I wanna love you, keep you in style, become enough for you. I'll take you down the neon mile.
The track.
Shroud of mystery, warm wine, summer. And when you touch
Here we go, fingers crossed.
I'll never see my life so warmer. You are a siren and you're a voodoo child, it's true. I can't stop all the feelings.
So yeah, don't know what to say really. Yeah, so delighted. I can't tell you, you know, these trumpets have been in my head for so long now, and I've never committed them to tape, and only just finally started doing this half decent demo. And yeah, I feel quite emotional actually. That's amazing. Anyway, listen, thanks ever so much for bearing with me on that one. And moreover, thanks for being one of the first people to get involved with this project. It is an interactive project where everybody who's viewing can get involved, making decisions on song titles, and you'll see there's one there. I'm not sure what to call this, Supernatural or Warm Wine in Summer, which is a new title from some new lyrics I've written. So yeah, there is a poll. I'm going to advertise the poll more and more as we go along. So you can vote up either on YouTube or Facebook which song title you prefer, Supernatural or Warm Wine in Summer. Anyway, thanks ever so much for getting involved in the project. Do please like and subscribe on YouTube, and we'll take it from there. Much love, and I'll see you very soon. Oh my God, the camera's died. just in time for me to come back live. I shall use, cunningly, my backup camera, which is in fact better than the main camera. Let's just give this a go, kids, as we go. There we go. That is me. Let me see. That's my webcam on the Mac. Let me see. Oh, God. I knew that would happen. Right. So, yeah, thanks ever so much for listening to that. And any thoughts? Anybody liking that? Anyone even got any thoughts on the title? I thought you said warm, winding summer. And that is a great... Are you liking warm, winding summer? Yeah, I can see the validity of that, actually. It sounds kind of good, but I'm going to stick with warm, winding summer because it's a lyric of the song that's appeared. But yes, let me tell you where to find the poll. So yeah, if you find the actual main channel page for this, which is World of Bob 1, and then if you look at the various tabs in there, there's one called Posts. So if you click on Posts, I thought I'd be able to type up a link here, but I can't. But yeah, if you click on Posts, you'll see the poll. But yeah, shall I give a little explanation of where these two song titles come from? And then possibly that way you might be able to form an opinion. So yes, Supernatural is kind of like that's the first title that appeared, because oftentimes with lyric writing, I use this stream of consciousness method, which is basically I spit out words until something appears that seems to be the kingpin lyric. They call it the gift line. I've heard somebody else saying that they do the same thing. And there was an overwhelming feeling that the song was very moody and a little bit almost paranormal in vibe. So I got these notions of like a supernatural woman, a woman who was possibly extremely mysterious. And some of the lines around it are sort of almost taking the mickey out of that, which I won't bore you with those. But yeah, so the later song lyric was a little bit of light-hearted relief around that, like I'm saying, which is a woman who's so spectacularly out of the normal that she would drink warm wine in summer. And that's about the limit of my imagination in that comedic way. So the notion of this incredibly oddball and fascinating woman, so fascinating that she would in fact drink warm wine in summer. And I kind of like both of those titles. They're kind of polar opposite of the lyrical intent of the song. So yeah, one's a very old one, and then warm wine in summer is a very new lyric. So now you know that. We've got somebody new here. Who've we got? Nixie. Well done, Bob. Love it. Who's Nixie? Hang on a second. Get me readers on. Nixie 1. Is that Nick Hardy? Anyway, you could always put yes, but yeah, let me see. Class, got to be warm wine in summer for me. Oh, lovely, yeah. Well, you know what? I don't want to say this too many times, Rob, but I feel the song should be called Supernatural, but I sort of want it to be called Warm Wine in Summer. So that's the because I'm such a, what's the word? I'm prevaricating person that I thought, you know, we're talking about this project being interactive. So yeah, that would be a cool thing to have as the first bit of interactivity. What the hell should we choose from those two polar opposites? But yeah, I do prefer, Rob, I do prefer that title. So I'm really pleased you've said that. Somebody else has said the same thing as well. So if it goes down that road, then I'll be delighted. Yeah. But anyway, I guess I should close things up here, shouldn't I? But it's been fun, and I really appreciate the guys that have stuck around, which is obviously mainly yourself, Gareth, and Robin. So yeah, I will be going up live again, obviously, and some of them will be scheduled like this, but when the project begins in earnest, it's going to be much more relaxed. I'll just be long form recording. But for the lives, I'm going to try and wait until there's an interesting thing to actually record, so that there's a real sort of nub of intent there, something really worthwhile and entertaining to watch. Anyway, please head over to the poll if you can find it. And also, please subscribe to the channel. And I'd love to see you here again, everybody who's here. Thanks so much, Rob and Gareth. Lovely, the things that you said. Means a lot. Lovely. So I'll speak to you both anon. All right. See you then. Much love. Bye-bye.